Hi guys, hope you guys all have had a great weekend. So I have a kind of interesting, entertaining story for you guys in today's video. But before I get started with that, tomorrow I'm going to put out a video that is directed specifically towards renters of Turo, especially first-time renters, and it's going to be a quick little video on what to expect when you're renting on Turo and how you should treat other people's cars when you are renting on Turo. You guys are all more than welcome to use that video if you want to put in your profiles or send it out to your renters. That's totally cool with me. This is basically just an effort to help shape the type of renters that come into the marketplace, and I think it's definitely going to be a community effort in order to improve the type of renters that are on the Turo marketplace and really educate people on what is expected of them when they rent on the marketplace. I just ask that you guys don't rebrand it or market it in any way, but it is free for everyone to use, and hopefully this will help us establish better renters on the platform. Second, Turo released a blog article today about kind of how I got started on the platform. I will put that in my description below. It's a pretty good read, so check it out if you're interested in knowing how I got started. But yeah, so those are the two updates for today. And for today's story, this is interesting. So Friday at like 1 a.m. in the morning, I got a booking for a trip that was going to begin Saturday evening. I saw that the renter had, I believe, 13 previous trips, but he had a 3.5-star rating. Sorry about that, low battery. But he had a 3.5-star rating, so, and he actually had a bunch of reviews. So that was cool because oftentimes hosts don't leave detailed reviews, but this guy's reviews were really, they were golden. So I wanted to share those with you guys because of course I canceled this trip, and I'm so glad that other hosts left reviews because my car would have definitely come back damaged, and as you all know, I don't want any more damaged cars in 2019. So thank you to all the hosts out there that left this guy all these detailed reviews and for saving me from having this guy renting one of my cars. And why he's still allowed to rent on the platform, I have no idea, but he definitely should not be allowed to. So let me read you guys one of the reviews, or a few of them. And I mean, they're just back to back bad reviews about this guy, and they're all kind of similar. So this one is a very detailed one. We will call this renter Bob. Bob wanted to change the return time and leave the keys with the hotel. I declined. When I went to receive my car, Bob handed me the keys, pointed in the direction to where my car was parked, and casually mentioned a rock chip on the windshield, and then Bob left. I asked him to return to the parking lot when I realized the amount of damage to my car. The left front tire had a severely bulging sidewall, curb damage on 2 of the rims, and deep scratches under the front bumper and the undercarriage. The chip on the windshield was nothing compared to the other damage. Bob said that he heard the car dragging a few times as he drove in and out of parking lots. He said he finally learned to slow down. My car has proximity sensors all over it. It tells you if you are too close or about to hit something. Bob said he would be happy to pay for it. He gave me his ID and insurance, then offered his American Express card to show good faith, even bragging that he makes $400,000 a year. He said he would report the damage to Turo, but he never did. Now he is denying everything, stating that I can't prove that the damage wasn't already there. The quote for the inspection, 1 tire and 4-wheel alignment, and the rock chip is already $900. This doesn't include the body shop costs for the wheels and the scratches. I will have to cancel my next rental because I'm done. I gave Bob a 1, and that's too high. So when I went to go look at this host's profile, he actually took himself completely off of Turo, which is such a bummer because this definitely sounds like somebody who knows cars, and probably offered up a pretty nice car to this renter, and the renter just thrashed that car, which is such a bummer. And it looks like because this host was probably newer to the platform, he didn't follow sort of the process of filing that damage claim and handling it through Turo, which probably ended up screwing him in the end. So that was a bummer. But the next review continues to read, this is from another host. Horrible, all started with the wrong delivery address, puts airport on his booking, and then wants you to meet at his hotel and does not give you the address. I went to 3 different Hiltons. At the end of the trip, he didn't want to meet me to return the BMW. Why? because Bob damaged the car on his trip. He parked it at his hotel and gave the key to the front desk. And he said he would be sleeping so he could not meet me. How convenient. He agreed to work outside of Turo so he could save money on the repair. I tried to help him. Lesson learned. Make sure you file all damages right away with Turo. Now he is completely ignoring the situation. Beware of this guy. Communication is horrible. So again, there's definitely a trend going on here, and the bad reviews just continue. So this guy is like a repeat offender, and it's crazy that he's still able to rent on the platform. And it's funny because in the message that he sent me on the booking, he had selected one of my delivery options for the airport, and that's exactly what he did. He said to meet him at a nearby DoubleTree hotel, and he didn't give the address. So it's crazy. So of course I canceled it immediately. But you know, these are the type of renters that we want to avoid on the platform. And what's even crazier about this guy is that he actually has a BMW listed on the platform. He's a host, and he has bad reviews as a host too. So it's crazy. He has bad reviews as a host. He has bad reviews as a renter. Why he's still on the platform is besides me. I want to read you guys one of the reviews of him as a host because they're funny. This one cracked me up. So he rents out a BMW Z4, in case you guys were wondering. And let me look at this review. It's pretty funny. Come on, Turo. Let's see here. Okay, it's pulling up right now. Okay. So this is from one of his recent trips. The renter wrote, owner showed me where the tool was behind the seat to clean the inside of the windshield. Why did he not clean the windshield or the car before we picked it up? Windshield was so dirty inside and out, I had to stop and clean it a mile down the road as I could hardly see at night. I then spent my own money at a car wash as the rest of the car was embarrassingly dirty and vacuumed it myself. I mean, that is not the type of experience that we want people to be providing on the platform. That is what gives platforms bad names, and that's not what we want. So I think that there is a real science to building these marketplaces, and Turo is still very, very, very new. And the 2019, I think, for Turo was very volatile, and that's a really great thing. I love volatile markets because it defines the marketplace in many ways. And for instance, this year, I think it weeded out a lot of hosts and renters that were bad for the marketplace. And it brought in a lot of new, fresh people who understand the marketplace. Now there's people with experience on it, people who have been doing this, people who have been renting. So overall, it's gonna shape the marketplace to be a better place. But as a community, as hosts, I think it's gonna really come down to us, because on Turo's end, all they can do is systemize things, right? They can put the technology behind it, they can put processes in place, but that's only gonna go so far when it comes to vetting out good renters and good guests for your cars and people that are gonna take care of them. So as hosts, I think what it really comes down to for us is really communicating with our guests, really maintaining our cars and presenting them well, right? People are willing to pay for a good travel experience. And part of that experience is them knowing that, hey, I'm somebody who provides you with a really cool car. It's clean, it's maintained well, it's safe, and in exchange, it is expected of you to really take care of that car. So it's like whenever I talk to my guests when they come to pick up cars, I always express like, oh, how much I love this car, or why it's one of my favorite cars to drive, or what I love about it, and why I'm so enthused about taking care of these cars. And that really rubs off on people for the most part. Now, of course, for the history of this, there will always be bad renters. I mean, it's just never gonna be a perfect system. But if as a community of hosts, if you work with your renters and you communicate well to them, we can set a standard, and that standard will demand better renters on the platform, and it won't leave room for bad renters as much as there is right now. So I think that that's a really important thing to think about when it comes to wanting to avoid those bad renters. And just in this case, thanks to other hosts, I was able to avoid a bad renter. So it's so important to leave those reviews. Take the time. I mean, right now I have like 20 reviews that I have yet to leave. So even I procrastinate on those, and it takes up time, and it's not the funnest thing to do, but it's so important to do that because you really want other people to know when somebody is not a good renter so that we can avoid those situations, you know? But that's also part of the reason why I want to put out the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow, is so that, you know, we can use that as a tool to help cultivate better renters on the platform. But yes, so that's what happened. That's about it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. That video will be out tomorrow. Feel free to use the link. Check out my blog below. And thanks for watching, guys. As always, leave me your questions and comments. No updates on the Tesla and the Polaris yet. I'll keep you guys posted as things develop. But yes, this is where we're at. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.